I've long treated poor soil as a personal challenge. Years of gardening experience had shown me that even the healthiest plants struggle in ground that's compacted, nutrient-poor or lacking structure. So, last season, I decided to run an experiment. I took 2 identical patches of my worst soil, one that had been neglected for years, and treated one with aged compost and the other with wood ash. What happened next was both surprising and illuminating. One treatment worked as expected, improving the soil slowly over weeks, but the other completely transformed the ground in ways I hadn't anticipated. This wasn't just about nutrient addition. It was about restoring life, structure and balance to soil in a way that modern fertilizers often can't replicate. For anyone who has ever battled with soil that refuses to grow, the story I'm about to share could change your approach entirely. Before we go further, consider this. Ancient farmers didn't have chemical fertilizers, industrial compost, or quick fixes. They relied on natural amendments, ash from their hearths and decomposed organic matter, to maintain fields and gardens. These materials weren't just supplemental, they were foundational, and the results speak for themselves. After mixing these amendments into my soil, I could see how centuries-old methods were based on deep observation and practical results, not trial and error alone. So, the reason wood ash behaves differently from compost, well, it all comes down to its chemical composition. Compost is primarily organic matter, you see, broken down by bacteria, fungi and worms. It adds nutrients, improves water retention, and, boosts microbial life gradually. Wood ash, on the other hand, is almost entirely mineral. It's rich in potassium, calcium and trace elements, but contains little nitrogen. That means it doesn't feed microbes directly in the way compost does. Instead, it changes the soil's chemistry, raising pH and creating a more hospitable environment for microbes that thrive in slightly alkaline conditions. In my experiment, the compost-treated soil improved slowly, as expected, while the ash-treated soil began to lighten, crumble, and absorb water almost immediately. The structure changed in days, not weeks, and this demonstrated why ancient civilizations valued ash from their cooking fires as a critical soil amendment. The historical context of wood ash, well, it shows why it was a trusted soil booster. Archaeological evidence from Roman villas, medieval homesteads and early American farms consistently shows ash being spread over fields. In regions with acidic soils, farmers knew that a thin layer of ash could correct pH imbalances and really restore productivity for years. Unlike compost, which, requires time to decompose fully, ash begins working immediately by neutralizing acidity, releasing minerals, and creating a chemical environment conducive to microbial colonization. My own observations reflected this. Soil treated with ash held water more effectively, plants rooted more aggressively, and seedlings established themselves far faster than in the compost patch. The correct application method determines whether wood ash is effective or harmful. Wood ash is powerful, but it must be used carefully. Too much can raise pH excessively, harming sensitive plants. The method I followed, and still do, mirrors historical practices. Apply a thin, even layer, roughly 1/4 to 1/2 cup per square foot, and lightly incorporate it into the top 2 inches of soil. Water immediately to prevent airborne loss and allow the minerals to penetrate. You know, this technique actually mirrors accounts from 18th century European gardeners who mixed ash into fields at the end of winter, then let the soil rest before planting. When I followed the same approach, the treated soil developed a stability and resilience that the compost alone could not match, particularly in my clay-heavy beds. Compost complements ash by feeding microbial life, but it doesn't restructure soil instantly. This is where the comparison becomes practical. Compost is excellent at adding organic matter, retaining moisture and feeding plants over time. I saw new microbial colonies develop in the compost patch, and organic matter slowly integrated into the soil. However, the physical transformation was modest in the first month. In contrast, ash immediately loosened compacted clumps, improved drainage, and allowed air pockets to form naturally. This distinction is critical for anyone trying to restore dead or neglected soil. Well, the lesson from history is that combining ash and compost strategically offers the best of both worlds. You get immediate structural improvement from the ash, and then, over time, long-term fertility from the compost. For gardeners seeking the fastest results, I would recommend layering. Start with a light ash application to correct acidity and restructure the soil. After lightly incorporating it, add a generous layer of compost on top. Then water thoroughly and allow the soil to settle for a few days before planting. In my test beds, this combination produced healthier seedlings, deeper roots, and more uniform growth compared to using either amendment alone. You know, the ancient farmers I studied often applied amendments in rotation: ash after a harvest, compost during the growing season, which, well, created fields that were resilient year after year without chemical intervention. The broader lesson here is that soil health relies on understanding the material, not just following trends. You know, modern gardening often pushes a single miracle amendment, like compost tea, fertilizer spikes, or synthetic boosters. But what history teaches us is honestly far more nuanced. Materials such as wood ash, which were once overlooked, proved crucial because they addressed specific problems like soil acidity, mineral deficiencies, and compaction. Compost served a complementary role by feeding the biological system over time. By studying historical application methods, I was able to restore my soil more effectively than simply relying on modern shortcuts. If you want to build resilient soil that performs like those historic gardens and farm fields, well, experimenting with wood ash alongside compost is a proven approach. Understanding how and when to use each material is honestly far more valuable than just applying one in isolation. If this guide helped you understand how to restore bad soil using time-tested methods, do consider subscribing to Hydrohaven for more ancient gardening strategies. And, you know, share this video with fellow growers who want real results, not just marketing claims.